So, David Wheeler, everybody.
Thanks for setting this up and letting me come pitch this crazy idea. I met with the Democrats last week, and Michael, right?
Yeah.
Michael was there, and got a lot of strange looks. But so I'm born and died in the World Democrat. Worked on Jimmy Carter's campaign in Iowa in 1976 when I was a kid. My parents were county chairs, and so I grew up in politics. I've kind of dipped in and out as staff, and I've run as a candidate against Ralph Hayes 2 times. To this day, I think I'm the highest Democratic vote getter in Mitchell County. So I did something right. I think most of it was because people couldn't stand, even the Republicans couldn't stand Hayes. But I ran in 18 at the behest of Governor Cooper. He endorsed me, which is helpful, I think. And then ran in 20 again just because I had so much fun the first time. And I really did, because I moved here in 2010. I married an artist, a Penland artist, and I got to know the area in a way that I never would have. And literally from South Carolina to Tennessee was the district. So anyway, I also run American Muckrakers, which is a watchdog organization that helped get rid of Madison Cawthorn. We were the people that kind of dogged him for about a year, and then we got the video of him doing things to his cousin that we don't need to talk about. But that one. And then we also broke the story on Lauren Beetlejuice Boebert, her Beetlejuice episode out in Denver. So all of that is to say I've got a lot of experience in politics and friends here and there. We also raised the most money of a Democrat in Mitchell County ever. I raised over, it was about $130,000 to run against Ralph, and made him spend money, which was what Governor Cooper wanted me to do. And Hayes had to actually stay and work the district instead of helping his buddies around the state. So I paid my dues. I've also, got some great friends in politics around the country that have been helpful. So I have been looking at the landscape of Mitchell County, which obviously is impenetrable for a Democrat. Literally, it's impossible. I mean, you could run Ralph at the time was almost to be indicted by the State Board of Elections, and people were like, yeah, whatever, that's fake news, who cares? So I switched my affiliation in August to Republican. And obviously my values haven't changed. But in this office that I'm running for, Clerk of Superior Court, it's a nonpartisan office anyway. I mean, I don't even know why it's an elected official anyway. But, so I switched. I didn't register my candidacy until the very last day on the 19th. So the incumbent, who was appointed by a judge after Janet Cook retired, she wasn't expecting to have a campaign. She's never run for office before. She's very diligent. I think she's very competent at her job. So this is not, a Auntie Shanna Buchanan campaign. It's more of a campaign on why can't we do something with this office? You're an elected official. Don't just push papers and file stuff for lawyers. Why not get in on the debris removal as an elected official in the courthouse? There's nothing that says a clerk of court can't work with other elected officials and raise the volume on issues. So that's one of my platforms, is getting FEMA to fulfill their private property debris removal promise they've made to all of us. And I have my house, we had 2 tornadoes come over. My roof was wrecked, my garage was wrecked to the tune of $250. Fortunately, my insurance covered all of it. But my backyard has, as all of you do, a dozen 100-year-old tree stumps that are still there that I couldn't afford to take them out if I wanted to. So I've been through that, and I've been through the sign-up process in Mitchell County, where we've signed up 3 times now to have it removed, and no communication, nothing. If I'm clerk, trust me, we will ask the county board, maybe we should take that over for you guys, because you clearly aren't that interested in getting it done. So that's the kind of attitude I would bring into it. I also want to do, Pisgah provides some great services for the indigent, for low-income folks. I'd like to get them a bigger grant to maybe have a mobile clinic that's, mobile legal clinic that's just focused on Mitchell. So we go to nursing homes for simple things like wills and probate, and just getting a document notarized in Mitchell County is really difficult. And again, we're not going to be providing legal services because we can't do that, but I could go out and get the grant, help get the grant from the feds and others, and raise private money to expand legal services into Mitchell, which is needed because then you don't have to run to all the slimy little lawyers who are all Republicans there anyway. So sorry about that, folks, but it's true. So I'm running for clerk of court as a Republican. I am running really non-politically. I am a Christian, so I'm going to tell people that because that matters to the voters in Mitchell County. And I've raised about $10,000, which is $9,000 more than anybody's ever raised for a race for clerk of court in Mitchell County. And I'm going to do mail. We're doing mail to unaffiliated voters, asking them to consider new leadership. The current appointed incumbent has been there 26 years.
Wow.
Is this really the best we can do?
Yeah.
So, and I'll commit to 2 terms and I'll turn it over to somebody else. It's a 4-year term. So,
Hey.
oh,
I need it.
I'll start over. No, I'm kidding. So you'll be getting some mail if you're in Mitchell County, if you're unaffiliated or Democrat. I'm waiting a little bit on pushing out the Republican stuff, but I'm here tonight to, I don't know the rules of your organization, but postcards will matter if that's something that the committee can do legally. It is a word of mouth county. The more you can police the nasty comments on Facebook and just say, hey, listen, he's a new Republican, but wasn't Ronald Reagan a Democrat too? And wasn't the current guy a Democrat?
Trump was also.
Yeah. So, it's, I tell my donors, I give a 25% chance of winning. I'm not gonna admit defeat right now, but it's an opportunity to try something different and see whether just having R behind your name really matters or not. I mean, I think it does.
I think that red hat there.
Do you have one of these?
Yeah, well, that says rebuild Mitchell County.
Oh,
Well, I know
yeah.
what it says,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's red, and most of the folks that you're, well, yeah.
That
Yeah,
too,
that is
not with us.
That's not necessarily your independent group, is it?
This is unaffiliated, so probably we'll send it more to Republicans. But,
Yeah,
but the Democrat one, I took it off just
Right.
because
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
playing to that crowd or to that voter.
Absolutely.
And so what I'm doing is I'm using the rules to try and beat them at their own game. And it's a little cheeky probably, as the Brits would say, but I mean, there's no reason I couldn't be the clerk of court. I mean, I'm as qualified as the current person, probably more so. I've worked in all 7 continents and started 7 different organizations around the world, from 10 to 300 people, $1 million to $250 million budget. So I've run things, and I would put a lot of time and effort into it and bring some new energy. And the thing that gets me up every day on this work is the idea of having a Democrat in the Mitchell County Courthouse.
Well, so is it your intention to switch your affiliation after the primaries?
No, I mean, I think I would probably see how it goes and focus on the job rather than kind of injecting politics into it right away. I told the Democrats the other day I'd probably switch back, but I think the smart thing to do would be to try and make it work instead of antagonizing, hopefully, the people that elected me. But my values aren't going to change. I mean, I'm not going to suddenly become MAGA or otherwise.
Never say never. I've seen it happen before.
No, my dad's a Marine. He would get out of the grave and come find me.
Yeah. I wish that would happen more often. So why the clerk of court?
Good question. Because it's really an open office. The woman who's running has never run a campaign before. She's never been a candidate before. She is inheriting the office from Janet Cook. And she literally did not think she was going to have an opponent because she hasn't raised any money. She doesn't even have a website. So, and the county commission offices, they're electing 2, and there was 5 people in it, and it would be impossible to bifurcate that to get to be the top 2. The Republicans there will dominate that. I looked at the sheriff. I don't have qualifications to be sheriff. I mean, you need, in this county, that county, you do need law enforcement background. Now, in bigger counties, it's more of an executive role. But
Got a gun? Got a gun.
no, I don't. I'm not a gun guy. I mean, I used to hunt when I was a kid, but I have no need for a gun right now.
So it kind of feels like some of the way you described what you want to do as clerk of the court doesn't necessarily involve clerk of the court duties.
Well,
I'm only familiar with the duties as a list of items, and I have no idea how much time it actually takes her to do those duties. Maybe she spends half an hour a day, and she's done. But is there enough bandwidth that you could accomplish the clerk's duties as well as everything else you've mentioned? And why not be doing those things now?
Well, right. Well, first of all, the office, being an elected official, you do have entree to federal officials that should be inclined to help, as well as state officials. You have a platform to actually officially request things. So that's part of the reason I think the office could be adapted that way. There's 7 people that work there. It's one of the lowest volume courthouses in the state. The docket is not real heavy like it is in Buncombe and in Mecklenburg and other counties. And I think there's ample, from what I've learned and what I've seen, and I've spoke to some former clerks, there's plenty of bandwidth to be a little bit more available to the public. My sense is that she just sees it as a job. It's $120,000 a year she's making. So it's not like, again, this is commissioner pay, 14 grand a year kind of thing. This is
Not a part-time job.
she's
At least
been
you
there
shouldn't be
26
that
years. What is that? Over, $3 million over 26 years, or more than that probably. 26 times 100,000, is 2.6 million. So, she, I think she sees it as a job, not as an elected official. Now, that's not to say she's not helpful to the public. I'm not going to lie about that. She is helpful. But I don't think she sees the office as serving the people. I think she sees the office, she's really chummy with all the lawyers. She's really chummy with all the judges. And I realize they have to work together, but is that really her role, to be chummy with all the lawyers and the judges? No, it's supposed to represent the people at the courthouse and find ways to make it easier and find ways to service the public better. And that's what I would bring to it, is some new creative ideas around that. Why am I not doing it now? I think I am already. In Mitchell County, I took on Duke Energy when the cable company, I can't remember the name, the old thing, but was trying to hang lines
Country cable.
Country Cable was trying to hang lines when they got the grant from USDA to expand it. Well, lo and behold, Duke was gonna charge them about half what they got in the grant just to hang lines on their poles. And I went to bat and we got it down to $100,000 annually, rental to do that. I also was the guy that, when I first moved here, Duke, I don't know if you remember when they bought Progress, sprayed the whole damn county along the roads and everything, and it looked like hell. And we went to war with that too, and got them to stop spraying for vegetation management. I did. So, I've got a track record in the county. Some of the people see me as a troublemaker because they work for Duke or they work for people that don't believe we are in favor of spraying the whole bloody county or don't care about those things. So, but generally I've been good. I've got 3 young kids in schools. So we're connected that way. And I think the only way to get to maybe Republicans' heads are new leadership, some new ideas around how to save them money. And the legal clinic could potentially save people money. Getting that debris removed. I'll get a lot of pushback, oh, that's not your job. Well, who cares?
Whose job is it?
Yeah, I mean, I had a professor at college when people put, empty statements like that on the table, he'd go, who cares? Well, what does it matter if it's my job or not?
Well, I would say as long as you can do the job and
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that, then I think a lot of people would agree.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, and then obviously if for some reason I was elected and that office fell apart, that would be on my back and on my head. So obviously I wouldn't do that. Well, the bread and butter of the office would be taken care of. But I think the idea is to try and make some inroads in an office that shouldn't be partisan and see whether we can make some inroads. Am I the right guy to do it? Maybe not, because I'm a known Democrat, and I'm only, been there 16 years, so I'm not really a Mitchell County guy, according to the locals. But
You're from off.
So,
Yeah,
You're from off.
but I have been told by somebody who is from off, who is in office, that it's 7 years is the magic number, so you're over that.
oh,
Could you
really?
speak up? I can't hear. I'm
I'm
sorry. Oh, I hear it.
7 years is the magic number for a new person to be more likely to be successful.
Oh, okay.
or accepted.
Yeah.
Accepted enough to get votes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I wanted to come introduce myself. I'm a fan of everything you guys did. I was purposely driving back and forth yesterday honking at you guys. So. To counter a lot of the middle fingers I'm sure you got.
Not really.
It's not, they don't
Oh, I
get that much.
I got
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, was it a strong
Maybe I
middle
thought-
finger day yesterday?
It's
It
probably
was
all-
I don't think it was
another
any worse than
obscene
any other.
gesture.
Okay.
There was another
So
obscene
there's a
gesture.
new one.
There's a new one,
Okay.
also known by 13-year-old boys. You
Oh,
can imagine.
Oh my God.
We won't demonstrate.
That probably had nothing to do with politics, though.
They haven't progressed beyond 13.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So they will call me a rhino. They will call me a fake Republican, whatever. Most people don't sit around and talk about politics like we do. So I'm hoping that I'm going to hit them with 2 or 3 pieces of mail, every voter in Mitchell County. I've reserved some radio time for some positive ads. I'll get a couple ads in the Mitchell Journal. And my kids and I are going to go knock some doors in Spruce Pine, see how that goes. But we'll make a run at it. And but you guys could help with word of mouth. Talk to everybody in Mitchell. And if again you decide postcards work. We'll work in this race. To unaffiliateds and Democrats. So I'll finish with this, Michael, because I know you guys have other things to do. But Democrats need to change if you want to help me, one of the other strategies I'm working on is getting Democrats to switch temporarily from Democrat to unaffiliated.
I did that.
Yeah, and then vote for me, and then if you need to switch back to the Democrat Party, you can do all of this online. It takes 2 minutes, dmv.gov/ I can't remember what it is, it's on here, but,
Do they treat it as a true primary for these races? I mean,
yeah.
okay, I didn't really, okay,
So,
yeah.
okay.
So Democrats could influence this. You know, when Mo Davis and I did the campaign against Cawthorn through American Muckrakers, we got 3,500 Democrats in that district, congressional district, to switch from Democrat to unaffiliated. He lost by 1,400. So we feel like we had an impact. And 200 or 300 Democrats switching and voting for me in this race.
Oh, here, in Mitchell?
Big different.
Could matter because it's going to be the win number is probably about 2,500.
Yeah, oh, I don't think that many people will vote.
There's a sheriff's race that's competitive and competitive commissioner
It is,
race
you're right,
and commissioner.
yeah.
We got 5 people running for
Right.
commissioner.
Is faith in God a serious commitment of yours?
Yes, it is.
What, do you belong to a church?
I don't belong to a church, but my kids are Catholic, raised Catholic, so I got to be careful about that around here.
Yeah.
But
That's not Christian, Mom.
no, it's a problem.
They go
Trust
to
me.
the Catholic Church in Spruce Pine?
Occasionally.
Okay.
With their grandmother and I'll go on some holidays. But I grew up in the Methodist Church in Iowa. My grandfather who was actually an elected GOP official, ran the choir. And so he spent a lot of time in the Methodist Church, different Methodist church than the
But you
Methodist.
know, I think a lot of politicians use that angle, but then when it comes to voting policies, they don't follow the Christian sentiment.
Yeah. Well, I certainly would. I mean, my values are not MAGA. I mean, I said that earlier when you were here.
Okay.
So the red hat, it's just symbolism. And,
Well,
they're full of symbolism. I mean, they're not really.
That's all they're full of.
Yeah. So I'm playing their game. But, I'd be serious about governing. This is not a joke. I mean, I don't think people are stupid enough to elect a fake elected official in Mitchell County.
And
They do
Ralph Heiss is
national,
still.
What's that?
Ralph Heiss is still in office.
They're all still there. I mean,
Exactly.
and they still vote for him. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping some of the symbolism will help. I have to be careful about it because am I a deep MAGA Christian, whatever they are? I don't even know what they are, but no, I'm not. I'm not. So,
Well, I appreciate your honesty.
yeah.
I'm an,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
an ex-nun from Iowa.
Where?
Near Dubuque.
Oh, right, okay.
We'll talk
Isn't
later.
that-
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Dubuque when I was working on campaigns.
Dubuque, yeah.
Scared you, didn't
Oh,
you?
yeah. Mike Lewin?
No,
Remember Mike?
no, I've been out of
Uh,
the state for a long
I'm
time.
having a little bit of trouble seeing, how are you gonna get over the good old boyism? Or there's lots of established families
Yes.
around here and you are an outsider.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be, I would think that would be a big difficulty for you.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time because it's probably difficult to convince some of those folks. My hope is that some of the unaffiliateds are less partisan, probably not less, but maybe a little more open to conversion. I think there's a undertow of Republicans that are kind of tired of the status quo in
Oh,
Mitchell
yeah.
County. And they're also really angry about the debris removal. I mean, I don't know.
anything.
Y'all are
related
from
to-
Mitchell.
Anything related to the
Yeah.
storm.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Now, they're gonna try and code it over that you had nothing to do with that, but then I'm gonna say, well, who's gonna fix it then? I mean, who in this crowd here is gonna fix it? Because I'm committing to everybody, as an elected official, that will be a priority. Whether
Who is
it's in my job
responsible?
description or not. What's
Who
that?
is responsible at this point in Mitchell County or Yancey County?
Well,
Alan Cook.
Yeah,
yeah, the county manager and the county board.
Nancy actually has
County
an
commissioners.
active emergency team though.
Yeah.
Alan
And
Cook, the.
but I worked in schools.
No, he's been in the, yeah.
County manager.
Work
He's
for
been county
Maine?
man, yeah, he used to work for, well, he used to work for the state small business.
Right.
I haven't heard any news
He's
about
county
local
chair, or
cleaning.
county-
Yeah, he wrote
The
that
last thing I was in
Moonshiner's
for a
book.
couple of weeks ago.
He wrote that
Was it?
Moonshiner's book.
Yeah, and it said that they're still trying.
Anyway.
Chuck Edwards is highly responsible because that's all federal money. Supposedly, it's allocated, but if it's been allocated,
Just
where the hell
spending
is
on
it?
fry oil.
You know.
It's sitting on Nolan's desk,
Right. Yeah. And
and he's not pushing.
And can you believe it? I mean, if I was a county commissioner, I would be raising holy hell.
Or how about our state rep? I mean,
Yeah.
Hines should be right
Yeah.
there.
Well, they don't care.
No,
They don't
don't.
care.
There's
Well, he
no-
doesn't even live in the state most of the time. so-
Yeah, there's not repercussions. There's no repercussions for anything they do or don't do. And I'm hoping there will be enough repercussions that somebody will say, well, or some voters will think, well, yeah, maybe that is a good idea. Somebody else should be pounding the table. Seems like that guy will pound the table. I'd like to get that crap out of my yard, you know. So, that's a good question though. I mean, it's not gonna be easy.
We really should
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah, I literally at 5 minutes, I got cut off with the Democrats. Thank you guys.
They
So,
they also had a full meeting.
Yes, oh yeah, yeah.
I just have.
And again, these are, this is an early version. To be honest with you, I got rid of the cross and the faith in God stuff because I was getting so much crap from people, especially donors. I can't.
I'm not Mitchell.
Oh,
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Well, thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank
Good
you
luck.
guys. Good luck to you guys.
Be honest.
Yes, ma'am.
She's
You're
watching.
gonna have to answer to her.
I will, I'll happily answer. Yeah, we'll have some good Park College stories. Yeah. Thank you guys.